I just had somebody on somebody had me on their show, and then I just removed their name, put my name in there.
That's how it go, right?
Yeah.
You learn a little something everywhere you go, and you take it home with you.
And then I had somebody ask us to cut a show, but I was like, I could have left it on there. Because it's like, you're on a podcast, right? There's cameras all over the place. There's lights everywhere.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
You signed the slip.
Yeah, but now it's like you signed a slip, so you can't. Maura, I've talked about this with every guest that's been here.
Okay. I don't remember.
Robbie, you can hit the button because Maura's silly.
I'm definitely off. Everyone keeps telling me something.
You're off?
Yeah, not like myself.
Are you happy in this
No, I can't hear you.
No.
You're far away from the mic, Maura. You're far away from the mic, Maura.
Microphone check, 1 2 1 2.
Sounds good.
I tend to talk a little low sometimes, so.
You're a low talker?
Yeah, that's why they call me smooth, because it's like I'm always just laid back and shit.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's kind of my thing. It's natural. I've always been like that.
Welcome, lovers and friends. It's me, your boy, Miss Everybody, and I'm joined today by my co-host.
Mar.
We are joined by the host of Cookn Up 215 and the Lunchbreak podcast. Oh, and he just dropped a drink, and now we learned why they call him smooth, because he's not smooth at all.
Not smooth at all. I was trying to be slick with
You
the
were
laugh,
complimenting
and-
yourself before we started,
Yeah,
and then you dropped the drink,
and I dropped the drink.
and now everybody's upset with you.
Do we just got to ride with that? Like
Now
we
it's
just let
there.
that
I want you to live in what you did. I want you to understand what happened here and what
I'm gonna
is.
feel like the rest of the day.
I wish we could put that on your chair right now, so you had to sit in it.
So I gotta sit in it.
It's like putting a kid.
That's fucked up.
Like feel it.
Yeah, I can't believe he did that too,
Just
Mar.
feel
That
it,
was so
yeah.
fucked up.
no,
So,
you telling him to sit in it.
what should I say, Mar? Should
Just
I say
get a towel.
Should I say it's okay? No,
Can we get a
No,
towel?
no. So the next guest know better. Like I won't be that guy. You know what I mean?
So
I
smooth.
gotta set the example.
You have
He'll
two
show
shows.
you.
You have two shows that have food-based names.
Yeah,
Can you cook?
I can cook.
Oh my God!
Look,
Everything's
it's a chain reaction.
what did smooth? You ruined everything.
When you do one bad thing, you just gotta let it go because the ship starts
If
sinking.
you're watching YouTube right now.
You're gonna see Mara's butt. So again, go to the YouTube channel, subscribe while you're there, and like it. Thank you, Mar.
Get a nice view of the shorts.
So you can cook.
I can cook. Yeah, I'm a great cook.
Do you ever cook for the show?
I used to. Like when we first started, we originally started in 2015, and I used to have Cooking Up girls, and they were supposed to cook, but a lot of times most
Girls
of these
can't cook
women
now.
Can't cook. So I would cook, and I would just pretend like they cooked. Like I would
that
let
was
them take the
nice.
credit, but I would be the one.
That was nice.
You know what I mean? Whipping it up on the stove.
Why can't girls cook anymore? It's because they feel like they don't have to anymore.
Uber Eats. You got a lot of reasons. You know, people just too busy to get in the kitchen and cook. I guess I don't know.
And
I
when-
really couldn't tell you.
And like all these girls are like, I just have to be good looking now. That's all I have to do. You know what I mean? Like Mara doesn't know how to cook. She doesn't even know how to eat. So she's like, I just get I'll go to the gym, post about it, and then everyone will just buy me food and flowers.
Wow.
First of all, no one's buying
Life's
me
easy
flowers.
for women.
I buy myself flowers.
So you
buy
just posted on your
yourself
story about
flowers?
flowers. You didn't.
'Cause you
I
want
bought
flowers?
them.
You bought yourself flowers?
I buy myself flowers every week.
Oh, you have an actual boyfriend right now?
No.
Cause they won't buy flowers.
No, it's actually funny because
They would have bought you flowers
my
and held
friend
your
was
hand.
at my house and he's like, "You bought flowers because I didn't get you flowers?" I'm like, "No, I bought flowers because I buy flowers every week for myself. I like having them.
Yeah.
They're so cute,
Flowers are nice. Flowers are
and
nice.
they look cute on my table. And I just like colors,
Yeah.
so it's like a good way to like
I just
spice
hate
up
the
the
fact
colors."
that they die. Like, you know, they
Everything
just die and they
dies.
die kind of fast. Like, you know,
That's the darkest
flowers
thing
tend
Mars
not
ever
to, like,
said.
last as long as you.
Mine lasts like a week and a half or so usually.
I
It
think I'm
works
bad
for
with
me.
putting them in sun. Like, I don't know where the right.
I think you're supposed to hide them from the sun when they're indoor flowers.
I wouldn't. I
Well,
wouldn't even know.
maybe.
See? I've been doing this shit wrong the whole time.
I've been just throwing them on the sidewalk,
Just doing this wrong the whole time.
just pouring lemonade on them. So,
Just treat them bad.
so obviously on your show Cooking Up, you're eating on the show.
Yep.
Robbie just farted. That was
Oh
loud.
my god, I thought that was a fart. I was like, "Holy shit!"
So you're eating. Are you more cognizant of the way you eat during the show because you don't want to eat with your mouth open? Like, are you nervous?
No, I just eat. I've learned to just be as natural as possible on the show. I feel like that's the best way. I feel like everything comes off better when you just yourself
Agreed.
and just rock out. Like I've gotten to the zone where I almost don't even recognize that the cameras is there. Like, you know, Langston is with me. Langston is my director. You know, he pretty much runs the set and everything like that behind the scenes. He'll be telling me like cut and you know everything. I'm still going because I'm in it. Like I'm just in it.
Wait,
And
no,
yeah,
you
and
cut.
I just live in the moment, and then eventually we get to finally cut, and then like just made it. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, I just go with the flow, man. I eat how I eat. If I mess up, if something in my beard, I'm just going. I just keep it going.
Did you notice? So we were talking before the show started that you don't even really watch your own podcast.
Nope.
When you first started, did you watch it?
Nah, I never. It's something. I think it might be more of a self-conscious thing. Like I don't watch it because I don't like looking at myself like that.
But so when I first started
You get cringy.
for the first 2 years, I recorded, edited everything. I did all of the things. Robbie now helps me with editing the full episodes. I do the clips. But anyway,
Right.
I noticed things about myself that I had to change during the show. So for instance, I would say a lot of times, "Oh, I have a question." Obviously, you have the fucking question, you dumbass. You're the podcast host.
Yeah.
Or just little things you notice. You should start watching yourself. I'm not saying you do anything wrong.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's a good practice to watch yourself to realize what you're fucking up on.
That's
and
true.
It's a really good way to self-coach.
Yeah, that's what my brother Rob Bangers, shout out Rob Bangers. He is part of the team and everything at Cooking Up, and he was saying that as well. We're like, man, you need to start watching them so you can start seeing what you need to fix and anything like that. But once again, it's just one of those things where I feel like when you watch yourself, you might over critique yourself. You might pick out things that other people may like or they may not pay attention to at all. And then you kind of kill yourself. You know what I mean? Like if you ever like do music, some people over critique themselves. You kill yourself. You take away
Well,
the
what
whole
if you like just go
artistic
into it
part
like
of it.
not doing that? Like consciously not doing that.
Like consciously not critiquing
like
yourself?
being like, all right, like setting the intention of like, okay, I'm gonna watch this to give myself 3 kudos and 3 things I could do better next time.
You can approach it like that. That's one way to do it.
You
I
know?
think naturally though, we are all self-conscious beings. Like, you know, like females. Like females, y'all can look good, but y'all will go in the mirror and go crazy and be finding shit that a guy would never notice.
Right. That's
you know
true.
What I mean?
Yeah.
So I think that people as a whole do that. Like they'll tear themselves down because they so worried about what everybody's thinking and how they're gonna feel. I just say fuck it. I'm gonna just give you this, and I try to be as raw and real as possible when it comes to the show. So I try not to do too many cuts. If we fuck up, we fuck up. You know what I mean? And we you just take it as we
do
come.
we cut anything?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
I've only cut a few things ever. And that was when I was blacked out drunk. So
Yeah.
I
I
didn't think
think
it was
that's
that
the
fun.
best way to do it. I think you give it to them as real as possible, and they'll appreciate it.
Yeah, I just every time somebody's like, "Oh, are you gonna cut that?" I'm like, "No, I'm not cutting that." Even if I look like an asshole, I'm cool with looking like an asshole as a host. That's fine with me. I like being the butt of the joke. Make fun of me. You know what I mean? It makes people feel more comfortable when you're the asshole.
Right.
And you get made fun of. I'm cool with it.
Right.
So how did you get into podcasting?
I got into the podcasting because I was doing music, and at like we spoke before, and I was telling you like I used to watch Breakfast Club, and always had this dream of being on Breakfast Club. Like as a rapper, that's just like one of our things on our list. It's like, you know, win a BET award and go on Breakfast Club and shit like that. And it was just like, man, where do we go now? Like, is there a place where we could get this same experience now? There was no place, especially at this point. It was like 2015, 16. So it was like, okay, there's nowhere artists can go. Then I'll become that place that artists can go.
Fire.
Because we need somewhere that'll help propel us. Like I want it to be a place where people could come, share their story, as well as gain more fans, and maybe this interview could be the reason you get enough fans to take you to the next level. So I just wanted to become a place where people could get that break. And there's so many artists that we live in the world is pay to play. Like you gotta pay to get on this, you gotta pay to get on that. And I don't like that motto. So I want to be a place where it's based strictly off of talent and grind. So yeah, come here. Come here. I'll let you share your talents with the world. You know what I mean? Give you that shot to show everybody what you got, and that's what made me get into it.
How do you? So I noticed you have a lot of big musicians right now. Did you find those through being a musician prior to podcasting, or how are you finding these bigger musicians to have on?
Yeah, it's just straight Instagram, real life. I'm scrolling, I'm looking, like whoever kind of pops out at me. So we just had Mandy Mayhem come on, and she's from LA. So I never in 1,000 years thought that she was about to come on Cooking Up 2 and 5. And she's going viral. She's got like 10 million views on some of her videos. And I just was interested and I liked what she was doing. Like, you know, this older woman, full head of gray hair, and she rapping, raunchy. She's doing what she want to do, living her best life. I'm loving it. And it's hip hop at that. She's Caucasian. So I'm like, this shit is dope. You know what I mean? I love when people just do what you want to do, live your life.
Yeah, I like that.
And then next thing you know, I see her popping up talking about she's coming to Philly. I'm jumping right in the DMs. Yo, you coming to Philly? I need you to come through. Like I need that. That'd be amazing. But it just was strictly, I was a fan first. It wasn't like I was looking at her for the thought of her coming on.
And you have food, so people are excited to come there.
And that's the catch. That's the hook.
Yeah,
The
like
food is the
okay,
hook.
and
It's not too many people that turn down free food.
right.
You know what I mean?
When I first started this podcast, I used to get a beer based off of every guest. It's a lot of craft beer, so I got real fat and real drunk real fast. So that was like kind of the hook. But then people are also scared to come on here because we talk a lot of sex, so people are scared. So I'll reach out to people, and Maura says her friends are scared to come on because we talk about sex, which is crazy because
Girls in general
are scared to talk about sex.
No, it's just it's not that they're
'Cause they're the
scared
ones that
to
want-
talk about sex. It's just like on a public platform, you get stigmatized for talking about sex as a woman, period.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like people will, I get shit all the time. It's like, what is the problem? Like we are all consenting adults.
I think we live in a
that
world
should
where
enjoy pleasure.
you get shit for shit, period, these days. Like
I
there's
know.
nothing you can do where they're not going to give you shit. So I feel like
I just
being
do my
real,
best.
man.
Yeah.
That's it.
I'm like, I don't care. If you don't want to get to know me because you are creating a narrative about me based off of what you've seen online, that's your loss.
I don't think I would have a job anywhere if any employer ever saw the things I say and post on.
I never thought about that. Like, damn, if you go to get a job, like somebody might just pull up your podcast to see what type of shit
Yeah,
you into.
you already have a whole real ass job. That's why my parents were like, get on LinkedIn. I'm like, you guys need to Google my shit. And then we'll circle
then
back
you'll
to
know,
this
yeah.
conversation
Talk about
and
this
we'll
later.
understand why this needs to just happen.
You gotta go
because
somewhere where they don't have Wi-Fi.
right, like, literally. I don't even say crazy shit, but it's just, if you look at the clips of other people saying crazy shit, it's in a sense linked to me because I'm here.
Because you on the show, yeah.
And I'm just like, that's what they said. That's how they feel. Like, what do you want? Like, I don't
Blame
just
the white
live
man,
the
huh?
life.
So how do you find your chefs? So do you have a different chef cook every episode?
We try to mix it up. And lately it's been like, let's say the chef who came on with Mandy was Chef Q. She did like the last 2 episodes before that. So typically I'll find somebody, most of the times they'll probably be in the DM wanting to come on. I'll check them out. And if they got good looking food, or at least I see that they really, working at their craft, I give them a shot. And if you're good, I tend to keep you around, and I'll shoot you the opportunity. Like, hey, we got this coming up. You want it? And if you're free, they take it. And if they not, I move it on to the next person.
Yeah, because
But it
there's
tend to
plenty
be
of
like-
options probably.
Exactly. I got if I showed you my contacts, it says chef. It's a lot
That's
of chefs.
hilarious.
So it's like I gotta, I've been in this 50th episode is coming up on Monday.
Awesome.
So I've been doing this for a minute.
50th episode.
Yeah, 50th episode. And that's
Oh,
50th
it's coming
of the
up.
newest episode.
Okay, got it. So we have a recording on Monday.
Yeah, on Monday.
Is that the 50th
That won't
episode?
be the 50th.
Oh,
no.
man. That's
That'll
why
be
I was
like
getting
the 55th.
excited.
Like
Oh,
I got
wow.
a couple
Okay,
in the tuck already,
fire.
but it'll be the 50th released episode.
That's awesome.
So am I the second white guy you've ever had?
The second white guy.
I'm normally the first white guy, but I saw you had Top Dog, and I was a little upset that I wasn't your first white guy.
You might be only. Yeah, you might be the second. I think Ling. Yeah, Top Dog was the only white guy. Yeah.
I'm cool with that. There was the guy that went on the moon first, and then the guy that went on the moon second. I'm cool with the guy that everybody forgets about.
Didn't you just have a white rapper?
We just had
fuck.
We had Mandy. She's.
I know you had
guy.
a skinny
He
white
said
dude.
white guy.
A white boy.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Yeah.
Oh,
my guy,
number 3.
Drizzy.
Nobody cares about the third guy.
Yeah, the third white
First
guy.
is the worst, second is best, third is I do have a very hairy chest.
The third white guy, a hairy white guy.
I think
I
it
never
was
had
a
a hairy
treasure
white guy.
chest.
I never had a hairy white
It's
guy.
a treasure chest.
Third is the one with the hairy chest.
No, that's not the same.
All right, because you're
It's called a
20.
treasure chest?
Yeah,
Oh.
She's 20 years old, so she heard something different. You know what I mean?
I'm not 20.
I was literally just in the shower before I came here, just noticing the fact that I had hair on my chest. didn't.
You
think
just
about
grew hair, or you just?
Like it's been there, but I never like. You know how you see shit, you just realize you've been looking over it this whole time.
Black privilege, I'm telling you, you guys just.
See, I'm not that hairy, so I guess it's like it's been skimming by. I'm like, oh shit, do I need to shave that?
I gotta trim my shit. It grows it's so
Yeah.
hairy. I'm like a
But
Persian
is that what
man.
happens though? They say like if you start shaving, shit will start growing back even more.
Yeah, I shaved my butthole once, and ever since then, my butthole's been crazy hairy.
And my ass cheeks is hairy.
How many wipes does it take for you?
How many wipes?
Yeah, because I have a hairy butt, so it takes so many
Now,
wipes.
See now the crevices is hairless. It's the side of the ass cheeks. It's like
You have a clean
like
hole.
The under, yeah. I keep it smooth, keep it clean, cause I don't want no what they call them the little clean.
Dingleberries.
Dingleberries. There you go. Yeah,
So
no
do you
dingleberries.
shave your butthole then?
Time to time when I'm manscaping?
He's answering the question, Maura.
When I manscape, I get I get the whole canal because I like to be clean. I'm clean. You know
Well,
what I mean?
also,
So when I
if
wipe,
you just get dude wipes or like wet wipes to keep at your toilet,
yeah,
I have wet
they're
wipes,
fire.
but still a
I
lot.
got a baby in the house, so I get wipes automatically. That's why it's always like that's like the best thing about when you have kids is when you have wipes in the house. So I always got some wipes. I'm
That's
cool.
good.
Do you flush them
I'm
or
an
no?
adult with no
Nah, I
babies,
don't
and I
flush
keep.
them.
Yeah, what?
You can't flush
I thought they would
You
stink.
can't flush them.
Well, so I flushed them for a long time.
you
Now I don't flush them anymore. I throw them in trash can right next to it.
Yeah.
You destroy your septic tank and all that. You know what I
Literally.
mean? That should have cost like $3,000 to get fixed.
So who edits your episodes?
I actually outsourced the editing using Fiverr.
I love
just dropped the
Fiverr.
gym for y'all, Fiverr.
Yep.
But I use the same guy though. We built a great relationship. I feel like I damn near taught him his game. See, I'll
Right.
find somebody that's like bottom level. They don't really have a lot of skills, and I teach them and mold them because if you find somebody, they'll do things the way they want to do
Right,
things.
right.
So I found somebody. He seemed like he was fresh in the game. Got him at a good price, and I keep him working because I send him shit every week. You know what I mean?
How do you send them the 4K quality video? Because your shit's 4K, yeah.
Yeah, it's 4K. We use Google Drive, and I just been compressing them through. He taught me this something called Handbrake. So you compress the
I have that.
episode. So it's
I
like
used to-
when we shoot, shit is like 50 gigabytes.
Yeah.
And that's just one angle. You know what I mean? So one angle is 50 gigabytes. So my computer would be out of memory in like 2 seconds.
Right.
So if I use Handbrake, it'll compress that shit all the way down and it'll keep all the quality.
That's for all the nerds out there, if you guys are wondering.
Yeah, I just put you down because you'll be buying fucking external hard drives for the rest of your life
Right.
shooting these days with these cameras.
It
Right.
doesn't affect the quality of the video.
No,
compressing it at
all the footage comes out looking exactly the same.
You need to get your notebook.
So all the footage that you guys
After
see,
this shit.
all the footage that you guys see right now, all that shit was compressed in Handbrake
And then
first.
say it's 50 gigs. What's it compressing it down to?
I never. It's at least like 10.
We'll talk about it after the show.
At least 10.
Oh,
So-
just curious.
How did you meet your? So you have a co-host. How did you meet Amber Grand?
Amber, we actually just met online. Like I'm so heavy
Giggity.
in the universe, bro. I'm like a bird. I just like, man, just see where we land. I'm just
Yeah.
outside. Like I wasn't really searching or looking for a particular person or something like that. I seen Amber and I was like, yo, she'd be a great fit. Like she would be perfect because my co-host no longer wanted to be in this type of space anymore. But she still is part of the show, but she didn't want to be on screen. So I saw Amber and I'm like, man, if I could get her, we'd kill a game. Like she's in the entertainment where she outside.
Right.
She looks good, looks great. And then
Has a cool personality.
yeah, I didn't know her personally, didn't know even what her
Well,
personality was.
do you
but
feel
it
like
comes
you
off
can?
on screen.
That's what I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
you can feel
Yeah,
it.
you can.
That's why I say the universe. You
Yeah,
trust in the
yeah.
universe. You can kind of tell who's an asshole and everything.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I
Yeah,
don't
you
think I
can
would
catch
like
the
that
vibe.
person.
Yeah.
But she came off cool, and I hit her up, and she was like, "Yeah, that'd be dope." And the crazy part, she originally was supposed to be on like 2018, and she was like, she wasn't really ready. We were outside. We did a whole. It was what do they call that? It was like a movie premiere. We did a movie premiere, and we were actually outside talking to all the people.
Oh,
at
like
the movie.
interviewing people.
Yeah, interviewing the stars from the movie. And she wasn't ready. She was shy. And then circle back around now. I'm like, yo, what's up? Like I went Stormy. Stormy was one.
Yeah.
So I thought it was gonna be Stormy because me and Stormy go back and our vibe is great. But she's working on her own thing, which I can respect. So
Yeah. Stormy's definitely her own entity.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
You
You
can't really
gotta
hold
let
her down.
Yeah, she's her own planet. You gotta let her revolve on her own. So she went off to do her own thing. So it was like I circled back and I'm like, this is the time. Like if we're gonna do it, we need to do it now. And she was like, I'm with it. And she's been with me, grinding it out, working. And I'm talking about our energy is aligned so crazy. The way we feel about the universe, the things we think, the way we manifest, even the shit we like. You know what I mean? We got a lot of things that we are
in common.
Yeah, a lot of things in common. So it's pretty dope.
I remember when I first
Met her out the blue.
heard about Stormy. So just going back to Stormy, we were trying to get on her show. Me and the old co-host Theo, right there, black guy.
Okay.
Yeah, right
we
there.
were trying to get on her show, and at first like we had like 200 followers and she had like 500. I was like, oh my god, she has so many followers on Instagram. I was like, she would be so good to like cross paths with like just like to do a cross show.
Right.
And then she didn't respond. And then like a few months later, she put out a post like, I'm looking for guests. And then me and Theo got on her show, or maybe just me the first time. I can't remember exactly. But then she blew the fuck up like not out of nowhere, because she's obviously very talented. But I was like, now she's like I have no idea how many followers, but a lot. But
yeah. Stormy goes.
She goes off. Yeah.
But she's always been super cool.
She's like very precise too. Like when she goes in there, like she's like has her piece of paper, has like exactly what she already knows what she's about to do. Like I feel like she has like the vision for it. Like
she's
she sees it
calculated.
before. Yeah, exactly. Like very strategic.
Yep.
And like even the way she like ollie oops like the things that she says, like I feel like she knows what clip is in her head before she speaks.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she like speaks so like not like eloquently, but like basically, and so like okay, like
In
this
a social media format.
Yes, exactly.
It's
And
ready for
so
screen.
yeah, like she's like, all right, here, and then it's like, damn. Or she'll like remember things that you said from like later in the episode, and she'll cook it into like earlier in a clip, and it like works better in the clip. Yeah, then exactly.
And it's crazy because you can create like that. Like me and Langston was just talking about it. Like you could choose to be that intentional.
Yeah,
And I think sometimes you have to be, especially like if you know what you're trying to convey, or you know the message you want to send, and you know how you want it to look. It's math. I tell everybody, everything is just math. Like if you want to be tight with your equation, just get tighter with it.
If you ever watch any clips of the show, I know when a clip's happening. And go back and watch the full episode and watch my face during said clip, because I'm just sitting there smiling and I'm like, oh, I got to tell Maura this, and then she's gonna act this way, because I already know Maura. Like she's gonna stick up for every girl ever created, no matter what happens. She's fucking Mr. Ride or Die girl.
Whatever.
No matter what anyone says, she'll fucking die on a sword. No matter what I say is wrong, because there's a girl there. So no matter what you say is gonna be wrong, but you're more right than me because you're not me. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So what's your research method when you have a guest on?
All right. So we got like 2 ways we do it. So like I told you that my other co-host is still part of the team. Her name is Fame. At least I still call her Fame. She goes by her government now, but I still call her Fame. But she does the research. So she does the deep dive. Like she'll pull up shit from 5th grade. You know what I mean? She goes deep.
Yeah.
If you got some shit in your closet, she'll figure it out. She'll find out. But I'm like the one. She's for the shits. Like she'll want me to use some of that stuff, but I tend to only I skim it. I just use what I think is relevant. I'm not like a clout chaser, so I don't chase crazy shit. I leave it where it's at.
Important.
I use what I think should be used and let the rest go. She'll do that research, and then I'll do like a rough overall research to like see like your recent accomplishments and shit you got going on and everything like that. Pretty much just go through your Instagram and your Facebook and
Yeah, like your link tree.
Yeah, just find out what you're doing right now.
Right.
Shit. So that's the way we cover it. So she'll be able to get the past, and I'll know all about what's going on right now.
That's good to have a research person, because I've always done all the research. I used to go crazy with it, and it drove me insane trying to direct things into the conversation. I was like, we got to somehow talk about this time in 3rd grade when he peed his pants. I'm like, and I was like, oh, remember that one time you peed your pants?
That used to be the hardest thing for me to figure out, was trying to maneuver some of the shit that she's giving me. It's like she'll bring up, I can't even give you an example, but it was some weird shit, and it was just like, well, how am I supposed to work this shit into the conversation?
Like you can't just say that.
Yeah, I'm like, why would I be talking about this? And this is like,
so you're allergic to carrots, huh?
yeah, like I figured it out, and we kind of got a good way where I know how to get them in there a little bit.
Do you have notes during the show?
Yeah, I just use my phone, put them right in my phone.
Okay.
My notes in my phone. That's the thing. Technology is so crazy now. It's like I could go to like cue cards and shit, but it's like, man, I feel like I would be fugazi if I did all that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying to look like I'm David Letterman or some shit like that. Like, use my notes.
I mean,
like,
if you don't want
it's
to, you don't want to.
2023.
Yeah,
It's 2023.
I would love note cards, but I'm gay like that.
I feel like I would be sitting there like fucking get lost. And
I would
start
like have
shuffling them.
like a
Now I'm
thing on the
panicking.
background. Like I would have like my logo on the back of
Yeah, I seen it. Some girls, they got a show. They doing that with the little logo on the back.
More,
That's cool.
Nobody stopped you from doing research before the episode.
I don't.
No, but you just said you want to do it.
I would if I had to pick cards or my notes. First of all, I'd probably do both. Actually, I'd probably do my notes first and then write them on the card just so I could like see them more bullet point, like all, you know what I
spread
mean?
out and
Yeah,
put
yeah,
together, yeah.
exactly. But I don't do that here. I just show up.
Just show up.
Pretty privileged.
So,
So, are you in a relationship?
I am. Yeah, I'm married.
How long you been married for?
It's going on 3 years at this point. Well,
Okay.
let's say 2 years.
How does she feel about your podcast?
She love it. She cool with it. She ain't no problem. I always been in entertainment. Like as long as she know me, I've been making music. I made my first song with her. Like my first official recorded dope song was like damn near about her.
Aw.
Yeah, she was like my muse when it came to music.
What was the song called?
Sugar.
Pie Honey Bunch.
I had one that was Amnesia, but it was one before that, and I can't remember that one. I can't even find that one. I got Amnesia.
That
and
is
she
the
loves
worst.
that song, but I can't find that other song.
When you can't, like a lot of my friends
Yeah.
make music and they will send me things that like they're just like, oh, I'm just fucking around, and they'll send me something like, yo,
Shit
this
fire.
is lit. Yeah, and I just have literally like pages of their music, but like no one will ever hear this music. And I'm just like, remember that song that you sent me? They'll be like, I will never do anything with that. And I'm like, damn. Because like I think it would go off.
Would go.
Yeah.
There's
See,
this.
and that's one of them things where people over critique themselves.
I'm like, dude, I have 46 songs of yours in my phone. Like, do
That's
you
hot.
want them?
There's one song by Gilly the Kid. When I was growing up, he did a cover of Yin Yang Twins, and I can never find this song. Don't know what the song's called. I can't find it. It was like an 18-wheeler, but he did his own twist on it with the same. It was fucking amazing. It was like on one of those mixtapes, but this is like 2005 probably, maybe even earlier than that. And I try to find it. I can never. Robbie, you about to say something?
Before they
I was
start
gonna
putting
say,
shit
ask the
online.
people to put it in the comments if they know.
Yeah, if you guys know this,
a good one.
Gilly, just watch the video and come on the show, and then we can come on
somebody
your show.
find it.
Well, it's actually funny. So I went to an all-girls school, and obviously, like St. Joe's Prep is one of the all-boys schools that was in the Philly area. And so later in life, like when I lived in LA and I was moving out of my apartment, my friend Frankie, who manages Puff, was like
Puff
at
Daddy?
he was
Smooth's face was like, oh, I'm just gonna hang it. See, she
So-
does.
Drop Puff like that.
Hey, Smooth, she does shit like this, right? Like on the camera. This is the first time she'll say something exciting. Normally, it's just like butterflies in the sky. But go on.
So, well, that's how like he wore Fairy Garden. But anyways, so Frankie works for him, and they were at the studio like on Melrose, and I was like I was moving from my apartment into Frankie's apartment for like a couple weeks in between my lease being up and me moving back to Philly. Anyways, so I like pull up to get the keys from him out back of the studio, and he's like, yeah, like we're in here, da 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 da. He's like, my boy Obes is shooting like content, da 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 da. And I'm like, Obes. And I'm like, wait, Lil Obes? And he's like, yeah, Lil Obes. What the fuck do you know about Lil Obes? When I was in high school and I had MySpace, my MySpace song was this song called Take Flight by this rapper from St. Joe's Prep named Lil Obes. And I forgot that Frankie was boys with like all the St. Joe's Prep boys.
Shit.
And so he's like, yeah, my friend Obes is taking pictures for us in the studio. And I'm like, wait, like the rapper? And he's like, well, yeah, when we were younger, he used to make music. I was like, I have been looking for his song for 10 years. I'm like,
And
can
he's
you
just right
find
there.
Take Flight? Because sometimes, like with MySpace and stuff, like old music like that, some of it's just gone.
Yeah, this shit is just gone.
It's just gone.
It's like before they
Or
was
like
putting it
old
in digital
PMB
space.
and stuff like that. But anyways, Frankie ended up getting me the song, and I have it on my phone.
Mm.
And it's like, I was like, this song saved my life when I was 16.
I'm so disappointed that you didn't have sex with Puffy after all that. I'm so disappointed that you didn't have sex with Puffy. I was
Where
hoping.
would that, like,
Did
where
you meet
would
Puff?
those, not yet.
You started
Where
with Puff,
would-
and you're like, he was at the studio. I was like, oh my God, she better blow him. She better blow him. Or at least getting eaten out, you know, even if it's still about you.
Blow him. I cannot.
Blow
no.
him, boy.
I have like a clothing brand. It's called Fairy Garden. And when Puff was going through the whole like transition into the love era, so was I. Like, I'm like a lover girl. Like, I love. And I just
She's just really
think
bad
it's
at it.
everywhere. No, I do it in ways different than what they tell me.
That's when you went into your feminine era, like
I just love, and I think it's everywhere. And like everyone's always like, I don't believe in love, and it's just because like they haven't had a boyfriend in a couple years.
Right.
When it's like you don't love being outside, like you don't love ice
you can
cream.
love a lot of shit,
Like,
yeah.
what do you mean? And you don't believe in love? But so he was like going into that era, and one of the designs that I had is like this neon open sign, and then there's like a brain and a heart, and it's like open heart, open mind. And I was like, Frankie, he'll love this. And so I sent it, and I was like, just give it to his stylist. Like, if he wants it, he'll grab it. If not, then not. And he did. I was like, yeah, I knew it.
Wait, does he have a picture with it? You have a picture of Puffy with your clothes on?
Yeah.
Why have I not seen this?
That's dope.
I think he has like a documentary coming out, and he's wearing it in the documentary too. He has like the create over compete too. And he has the
But
What
why
Would
has this
Love
not
Do.
been posted
He
to
got a
social media?
couple
She's the
of your
worst.
I was like working with their team for a second.
Damn.
Yeah, they had me on their payroll, but then there were like too many streetwear artists like working with his stuff, and like the other guys, they like weren't using Gildan, and I was. You know, like I'm this
So you
big
still
right
on the
now.
Gildan
Yeah,
shit,
I'm
but you
like,
was on, like,
right
some-
here. Yeah, like they're like
They
have
getting shit custom made
manufacturers.
and
Yeah,
shit, yeah.
exactly. I'm like, I'll be back. Don't worry.
All right, next time blow him. Anyway, so getting back to your relationship.
You are so corny, Justin.
Please.
Like,
I would blow Puffy to be part of his team, whatever that means.
I didn't have to blow him, and I was part of his team.
And you have no pictures or nothing to prove it.
Yes, I do.
She said
Put it
she
on
got
social
good
media.
pictures.
They are on social media,
gotta go.
but I don't
Yeah.
really care. Like, I don't, like, me having that doesn't, like, solidify my existence. So, like, I don't care to be like, look at it.
It could lead
Would
to
you
sales.
just look at it?
It could lead to sales. Anyway, so
She got her own thing.
Smooth, going back to you.
Uh-huh.
How does your girl feel about you having a female co-host? Was she cool with it?
She never expressed any issues. My name is Smooth. I've been like, I got photo shoots. I have so much shit that's like female oriented. Like, I'm that type of guy. My music was about females.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I always hung out with girls. She met me around, hanging around girls. Like, it's like, that's
That
just
just
kind of
is.
my thing. Like,
Yeah.
that's just me. So it's like, she learned, like, she trusts me. She understands. You
Does
know
she
what I mean?
ever be like, oh, that guest liked you on that episode? And
I think females. I think she always think like probably females probably want me or something like that. But you know, I be worried about her too much to worry about somebody else.
right,
You
yeah.
know, so
I'm too busy.
She never worried about it.
Yeah.
She's like she's not even like a super cocky type, but she just don't wear
She's just
worry.
secure?
Yeah, like she's secure in herself, but
Yeah.
she don't walk around acting like super jealous or texting me wild shit. Like she don't
Right,
do that. Like,
yeah.
we don't argue. We ain't getting into all that.
Yeah, no.
If we arguing, we arguing about dumb shit, like
Yeah.
really stupid shit, but never about some girls.
That's good.
Yeah. Nor do I do it about guys. Like, you know what I mean? She's attractive and everything, but I don't be like, oh, is nigga talk to you today?
Right.
Is there some dude all in your face today? Like, you know what I mean? I don't do that, so she don't do it to me.
Who's the romancer in the relationship, you or her?
Me. Yeah, me.
What's the most romantic thing she's ever done for you?
The most romantic shit she's ever done for me. I don't know. That's a hard job. I would say, see, she like bought me a massage chair. That was romantic because I complained about my back all the time.
That's good.
So she got me some shit that I could like literally get a massage anytime I want. I'm talking like this ain't no regular. This is
good one.
the lay back. It got a zero gravity mode. That should lay you all the way back. It massages your feet, your legs, your arms.
Yeah,
all
like it's
that
not like the kind you put on your chair.
Yeah, no, this shit
Like,
is
it
big,
is a
like
chair.
spaceship.
Yeah.
Yeah. That shit is real. So she does shit like that. She done some things. Like she does her thing. she knows her ways. Her ways are special ways, so I can't really tell you those ways. You know what I mean? Like she knows what she's supposed to do for me, like the type of shit I would like. Because I'm the one, like, I cook most of the time. She cook a lot now, but before that, I would be the one mostly cooking half the time. So yeah, I'm normally like the one that pull out the rose petals and shit like that, and candles. That's normally me.
That's good.
Yeah.
What about you, Mar?
Gestures.
Yeah, I. What do you mean?
What's the most romantic thing a partner's ever done for you?
Damn.
Mara's been single for, I don't know, since 1903. So the Civil War happened. You know, a bunch of things happened since Mara's had a boyfriend, and she's only 20 years old. I don't know how she does it, but she's been
I don't
famously
know.
single.
What the most romantic thing?
Nobody's ever done anything romantic for you?
I'm sure that someone has.
You just forgot about it because you don't care about men because, again,
It's
you
not
are
that
a gay
I don't
woman.
care about men. I don't really remember. Like, my ex used to do, like, little things, but I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I made my...
The last time something romantic happened for you was when you were a kid?
No, like, I was, like, 18 years old. You know?
Bro.
So none of those things count?
No, they do. They do. That's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying it's, like, relative, you know?
I know
Right,
multiple
right.
suitors for Mara right now. Why are you not doing these things? And both of you have enough money to do these things.
Both.
Both of them.
Both of them.
Both of them.
There's only two? Who are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about two people you're thinking about, but there's also probably 10 more.
Whatever.
There's probably 20 suitors for Mara.
People that's trying to take her out?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's
So what
shaking.
happens? Like, do you get, like, bombarded with, like, all these gestures of people trying to get at you?
No, I feel like people are just nice people, and I'm nice to people, and people are nice to me.
That's such a pretty girl thing to say.
Yeah, I'm about to say, that's why men be feeling how men feel, because women will say shit like that, like, oh, he's just being nice. No, he wants you. Like, he's
Well,
doing
no
shit,
one's like, I want you. Well,
'Cause
there's
guys
one
can't say
person-
that shit
Just say it
nowadays.
Like that. Yeah, you gotta be.
Could be arrested real fast.
No, I'm like, I'm not good at reading the room in that way. I'm like,
Okay.
like I just am like, okay, like I would, if we're friends, like I would do that for you, and I like appreciate and accept you doing nice things for me.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't try to like make it something more because sometimes it's not.
Sometimes it not. Most of the times it is.
As a girl, it is.
You know.
As a
When
girl,
I
it
was
is.
in high school, I was a senior, and my ex-boyfriend, he was like 4 years older than me. So I made him ask me to my prom because like everybody else was getting asked to prom.
How did you say it and how did he do
I
it?
was like, can you please ask me to my prom?
Oh, was it just, was he like, okay, you want to go to prom? Or was like, was
No,
this during
he
the
did.
promposal stage where
Yeah,
they was
this
like,
was like promposal stage. And I used to like love the caramel Hershey Kisses. So he like went and got like literally 5,000 caramel Hershey Kisses, and he spelled out prom, and then he got like all these flowers and he put them everywhere. And then I like went in my room and it was like prom question mark, and I was like, thank you. I was like, yes. So that was cute.
I never went to prom. Did you have sex on prom?
Yeah.
Oh,
That was my man's.
Smooth. Did you have sex on prom night?
On prom night, yeah.
Congratulations for all you guys.
You
that had-
didn't?
I didn't go to prom.
You didn't go. Why you didn't go to
Why?
I had a kegger at my house, and then people were supposed to go to the prom afterwards, and then I just was like, that's my whole life has been like, let's just get really drunk and forget everything else. Like that's why I had sex late in life.
My first time getting shitty drunk was the day after prom. Like, the prom
Did you guys, like,
happened
go
a day-
away?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
went to like fucking Wildwood.
Right.
And shit. You know, you young
Yeah,
high
it was either
school.
the beach or the Poconos.
It's right there, yeah.
Those are the options.
That's it. That's all you got. We got a 2-hour drive. We got a rental, and we went out down fucking the boardwalk, and we ran into somebody. You know, at the time we can't even buy a bottle. So somebody had a bottle of like Sky vodka, the big ass gallon joint. Bought that bottle off of
Do
them.
you like think about
We
the
were
things we used to
so
drink when
gone.
we were younger?
I used to drink Grey Goose because we
Bullshit, right?
heard about it
Bruh.
from a rap song.
The shit you would never drink again in your life. You used to drink then.
We used to drink Smirnoff and Grey Goose because Grey Goose was like,
You're kind of lit for that.
yeah, like
People
well,
buy bottles of Grey Goose in the club.
We had
Still
girls
buy
that were like, we had girls that had more
Actively.
money than us, and I was the only person that could get alcohol in my friend group, so they would pay us all the money, and then we would just get all the alcohol and get fucked up. Having
Like
rich
the first time I drank, got super lit off of a Mad Dog.
Mad Dogs are tough. Mad
Mad
Dogs.
Dog 2020.
Yes,
Yo,
the
and
orange
that's
dog.
when times was rough. When shit was hard, then you had no choice. That was all you had was fucking Mad Dog. Like you just
That
go
was
get the
like
Mad
my
Dog
drink
and
of
go at it.
choice
Yeah.
for a hot second.
That shit was like bootleg Alizé. Like it's just some
Or
Mad
like
Dog
Blue
and go at it.
Wave. That's what we used to get fucked up off
Oh,
too.
she hate Blue Wave. They used to love Blue Wave in college. Like, fucking Blue Wave. What? My wife, she'll throw up at the thought of Blue Wave.
No, that's how I feel.
That shit is the worst.
Do you have an
Now.
alcohol you can't drink? Like you won't drink a certain type of alcohol?
I feel like E&J and all that shit is that for me. Like, I've had so many bad experiences and throwing up and headaches. I don't want to touch none of that shit. I damn sure don't want to touch no 151. Like, I can't. It was a homecoming one time. I went to IUP. And I was smoking. And I'm not like a smoker like that. I'm more of a drinker. Smoking. I think this is like when people start selling like sour diesel and shit up school. And they like, yo, bro, I got this fucking sours in a jar. I'm like, oh shit, I'm still selling Reggie and shit. So I'm like, oh, let me see that. You know, so we smoking that shit. And I'm drinking. I get to the front of the house where they having a party at, and I get inside the door, and I'm stuck at the front of the door. It was like a movie. You know how you see somebody in a movie, and it's like fast, and shit moving fast, and they just standing still.
You literally
and
were
everything.
stuck.
I'm just standing there the whole time. I'm watching the whole party go on like I'm out of my body. I'm watching this whole shit go on, like the whole party. And then eventually somebody like, yo, you good, bro? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. So I like get my shit together. I walk out. As soon as I get to the side of the house, like projectile style shit that's coming out. I'm like, man, fuck this. I'm leaving. Yo.
I am not
So I
good.
fucked my whole homecoming up. Never got to experience that party. I just seen it. Like, it was just crazy.
You were there, but you weren't there.
Yeah, I was there, but I wasn't there. Went back to the house, fucking sat down on the bed. Like, you know how you just sit down, lay back like you had a long day?
Oh my God. And you start spinning.
I fucking fell asleep.
Oh, wow.
I woke up fully dressed.
That's
still
good.
sitting on the edge of the bed.
Went to brunch.
like, yo, I missed that whole day. That day was gone.
Do you have kids?
I do. I got 4 kids.
How old's the oldest one?
15.
So he's getting close to that age that you were when you were spinning.
Nah, I wasn't that. I was in college when I was spinning.
Okay, so when did you start drinking though?
19, 18.
Oh,
Like,
wow.
That my first time getting drunk was the prom.
When did you lose your virginity?
Oh, that happened, like, you know.
Well,
Yeah, it's like in the 9th grade, 10th grade.
Congratulations. So
Something
do you
like
think your son, do you know whether or not your son's drank or had sex?
We talk all the time. He don't drink. My son is like, he wants to be hood, but he is so far from that. Like, he went to Catholic school. Like, you know what I mean?
you're like, be fucking for real.
Yeah, like he went to Catholic school. Like, he like to do Clarence. Got real nice parents. You know what I mean? Like, you know, so he ain't there yet. He's not there yet.
Do they watch your show?
Nah, but they friends tell him about it. Like, he has friends that told him like, yo, I saw your dad had XYZ on there. And he was like, yeah, my friend was about to say you should have this person. And I actually got the person coming next week. So it's nice that they get to see it and that they, you know.
Yeah, like basically get to recruit for it.
Yeah,
They're like
feel oh, yeah,
selects.
my dad
They're like,
popping.
So are you the cool dad or are you embarrassing to them?
I'm both.
Okay.
I don't mind being all those things. I feel like you have to be all those things. So that's the reason why we're able to talk, and he'll tell me things like we had the female conversations, or like, yo, if you're going to do this or do that, just communicate with me, talk to me, because that's the only way you'll get trust is by talking to me. And if I can't trust you, you won't get freedom.
right.
So that's the only way you'll get freedom
Right.
is by getting my trust. So that's where I'm the cop at. But then other than that, I'm having fun. Like, I be trying to, like, he raps and shit. So I'm telling him, yeah,
Right, you're
rap,
like,
let's do this.
You want to record it?
Yeah, like, I'm gonna record you. Like, we got a lot of videos in the car, him rapping and shit like that. Like, I'm a cool dad. We play PlayStation and shit like that.
Right.
So I'm cool. But when it's time to be on business, when it comes to school and respect, I'm big on that. So when he's fucking up, now it's time to get embarrassing. Like, I recently went up to a school and everything. So yeah, we're not gonna play with it.
So you keep it honest with them.
Yeah, I keep it a bean.
You don't lie.
You said I don't lie?
You're correct.
About Santa Claus and shit. I don't know what else there is to lie about.
Okay.
Is not guilty. You're the one.
Call the first witness.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
The truth! You can't handle the truth! The truth! I'll set you free!
Then you're just a bunch of lousy, yellow, stinking cowards!
Sir, you're out of order. Nothing further, Your Honor.
I plead the fifth.
Shout out to people in
No,
the live.
but I can tell you that I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
The name of the game is Plead the Fifth. What's going to happen is I'm going to ask you 5 questions during this game. But during this game, you can plead the fifth once and only once. But if you do, you'll have to take a shot. If you don't plead the fifth, I'll have to take a shot. If you feel like you can't answer a question, you can either plead the fifth or make a checkpoint. You can only make 1 checkpoint during this game. So if you feel like you can't answer the first question but don't want to plead the fifth yet, just say checkpoint. We'll come back to it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Gotcha.
First question. Who is the last person to text or message you that your girl wouldn't like text or messaging you?
Fame.
You're like,
Fame, probably.
Thing?
Fame.
That's
His
my
friend.
my old co-host.
Oh, okay. She doesn't like her because she quit the show?
Nah, she just always feel like our relationship is weird. Like she just don't get it all the way.
She thinks
that's probably
you
it.
guys are too close to be friends? Similar, kind of
Yeah, I don't know what she thinks. I don't be understanding sometimes. Like that's what the guy thing where I'm just lost. So, but that's probably the person though.
A lot of people don't think that girls and guys can be friends.
Yeah,
I honestly didn't think that.
I think that they can.
She has a male best friend, so I don't get it. But I mean, he's not in the area. But yeah, I don't. Yeah,
I didn't think that for a long time. Then me and Maura, I'm like, no chance in hell I would ever do anything with Maura. So yeah, definitely friends. So no offense to Maura, she's a great person and everything, but like I do not think of her that way at all. So Maura
yeah,
broke
like
that.
you can be around a person and not think about it. Like,
Yeah. So question 2: what is the biggest lie you've ever told your kids?
Did Justin just
I
say
can't
that he
even.
believes that you can be friends with girls because I exist, basically?
Yeah,
Interesting.
you're the only reason.
You're
Let me
the
just run
science
that
behind
back.
his belief.
I'm like, oh, I turned you off. Women.
You made
in
me
a
gay.
sense.
You made me gay for women.
But,
She's so unattractive that I.
my biggest lie. I can't think of it off the top. I've told so many petty lies to my kids, but they petty lies. Like I don't lie to them about serious shit, but it was like probably me saying I had something $1 million or we were going somewhere,
But you went to the doctors, got a
shit
shot.
like that. Yeah, like I tell them like I'm going to Africa. We're going to Africa.
All
Shit
right.
like that.
Question 3: what is the last sexual position you came in?
Missionary.
Quick like that.
Like that.
Real original. Question 4: what is the worst food you had on the show?
Got any bridges you feel like burning?
It's so many. You got
Let 'em know.
episodes. I really
Tell the
gotta do
people.
some thinking in my head to pull that out the hat. The
50
worst
episodes, that's not enough
food.
to forget the chef that sucked the worst.
See, because I haven't had any like super sucky. Like people ask me that all the time. Like, have you ever had bad food? I don't feel like I have. Let's replace that question because I feel like I've never had some food on the show. I was like, oh, this
We'll do a different question for you then. How about that?
You know what I mean? Never had that.
I love that for you.
Yeah.
What is the
I
most?
trust the universe.
We'll go back to question 4.
That's why I try to tell Justin all the time. I say, you see what you look for.
Yeah.
So, like, you look for dope
Pain in the ass
chefs.
co-host, and there she
You're
is.
gonna find dope chefs. You're gonna find all dope people.
Question 4: what is the most public place you've come, either by yourself or with a friend?
Plead the Fifth.
You can checkpoint.
Oh well, no, all right. A swimming pool.
That's fair.
Do you have your own swimming pool, or are you in a public swimming pool?
We've done it in a public swimming pool, but my own swimming pool too.
Were there people around ever?
My swimming pool is in the neighborhood. I live in the neighborhood with like row homes, so so somebody.
So
might
people could be
around.
okay. They weren't in the pool though.
Nah, they weren't in the pool. No. Mm-mm. So you saying like public, like with people around you, like next to you?
Whatever you consider the most public place you've come.
The beach.
Okay, in the water or on the beach.
On the beach.
Okay, Maura? You've done it there too.
No, I
right?
never had sex on the beach.
We had somebody that had it in the beach, and then
I don't know that I would love that.
I had it in the ocean, and
Just because of the sand.
You do get a lot of sand on you.
me and Jeezy both did it in the water. Previous guest in the ocean. It was a lot of fun. We did we just bobbed up and down, like a little buoy situation. Not me and Jeezy, me and my girl. Question 5: which guest has had the worst eating manners on your show?
The worst eating manners was probably shout out Lil Nizzy Straws. He came on. Nizzy was just eating like his head down the whole time. He wouldn't even look up. He would talk. And
Oh, he was like Thanksgiving dinner
Just like
situation where he's like
full on.
the stuffing's almost out.
Face in the plate. He finished that whole thing too. He's a small dude. Small
That's
dude.
hilarious.
Super
You're like,
small.
so is this the first time you're eating?
He just man, they was high. You know, they rappers get high, and then they get the munchies.
Fair.
Yeah, so I guess they come over.
And if it's a
hoping
good
to eat
chef
good,
too,
yeah.
that's lit.
I cooked that day too. This is like old episodes. So I think I like fried fish and shit.
Ooh.
That shit. I just recently watched that episode. I was like, damn, I want some fish now. That shit looked so good.
I'm pretty excited for what our meal will be, even though Maura said she won't eat onions, which pisses me off because onions it's like the original condiment. Like it's the
I
first
feel
food
like
enhancer.
onions are lazy. Hot take.
Hot lazy.
You said they're lazy.
Lazy.
Like,
You know how
it's
much
just
work it is to
you're,
cut a fucking
relying,
onion?
Like you're relying on onions to like razzle dazzle
right
in the meal.
Like you could use some type of other type of vegetable,
Or
really
like
get your
a
freak on.
spice or something, or like a combo of spices. I don't know.
Yeah.
Honestly, my sister put onions in mac and cheese at Thanksgiving, and
That shit sounds
Exactly.
good. That shit sounds good, actually.
thank you.
That shit sounds good. I love onions on
in mac
everything.
and cheese?
Big red flag. I'm talking like red flag on an 18-wheeler type vibe, you know?
That be that shit. That's like the raisins in the potato salad.
Like, what are we
Do no
talking
raisins in the
about?
potato
Speaking about
salad.
your sister, did we get the book?
No, but I will.
She has a blowjob book that she just won't bring to the show.
What is like pointers on how to?
Yeah, it's how I learned how to give head.
Oh, wow.
When I was like 15, I bought a book.
We all learn our own ways.
I'm a study kind of gal.
So what's your
about
biggest kink, Smooth?
My biggest kink. Are we talking like freaky kink?
Yeah, that's what kink is.
Is it? That's actually a good question.
Yeah. I don't know. I got a thing for tongues. I like tongues.
Like you want to like bite their
Like,
tongue?
Nah, like if you touch me with your tongue, wherever you touch me with your tongue is just it's a good job. You know what I mean?
Do you have a favorite spot for the tongue?
That's the thing. It's like that thing could be magical. You could lick my arm and get me ready. You know what I'm saying? Like, might get me hot and ready just licking my arm. But, you know, a little nipple here and there. You know what I'm saying? A little something.
You like the butthole?
It has happened. It has happened. It's not,
Finally.
you know.
Thank you.
What,
For
somebody
just
keeping
owning
real?
it. Yes.
Yeah.
So many
I think
guys won't say
we're
yes.
adults.
Dweebs.
We're
That's what
adults.
I'm saying.
We're
Do you know how
adults.
many
I'm a
nerve
grown-ass man.
endings are on your butt?
And the crazy, my thing is too is like, you know, if I told you who it was, like y'all be like, oh shit, that's a win. So, you know.
Wait, the person that licked your butthole?
Yeah, she was like the first person, only for real. And I
So
was
it's-
super drunk.
I'm
so
guessing
I really
it's not
couldn't
your
tell you
girl.
if I fully remember it. No, it wasn't her.
Is this somebody famous?
Some
Maybe.
people might consider her as famous.
Clearly,
She's
maybe.
halfway.
Is it somebody that's already been brought up on the show?
On my show?
On this show that we've been since we've been talking? There's somebody that's famous for eating buttholes around here.
Who?
Who was that?
Stormy.
Oh, I'm crying.
Was it
Oh
Stormy?
no.
Stormy's like a butthole pirate, bro. She'll
Yo.
take everyone's butthole.
Also, a kink isn't necessarily
My live going
related.
Crazy.
Also, a kink is not necessarily related to sex. Just so you know.
It could be anything.
Yeah, it's like
Well, that's
something
why I said
obscure.
Yeah.
Like,
Here at Love and Them, what we
You
talk
might
about sexy
like
kinks.
to see a girl with boots. And
yeah,
Chinese
like
and shit
something
like that.
random as fuck.
We've had people who in here who like feet. There's a lot of weird things. And Maura has feet that she doesn't put on the internet, and she has no job, so it's ridiculous.
You said she has feet that she don't. Put
I
on
have
the
cute
internet?
feet.
Oh, okay.
According to her,
But-
nobody's ever seen them.
No, everyone who's seen them has told me that, so that's why
She
I'm
wears
like,
socks to bed everywhere.
But no, my random weird kink, which I was telling my girlfriend, is man hands.
Yeah.
You like man hands?
If they're like good man hands.
Smith, put them out.
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. Well, you talking about men, so I'm talking
He
because I
has
was
nice
just thinking
hands.
like
Mine are
I seen
garbage.
a female. I hate females with man hands.
Right.
Or like
it could go
monkey
either
hands.
way.
Like I knew this girl and her hands. She used to hold them like kind of like a monkey. That
Why would
was
she
like
do
my
that?
biggest pet peeve.
Her hand job was
Are
crazy.
you okay?
Yeah, like they would be like this all the time. Like you just ready to, you know what I mean? Like, oh my god! Like I just
Nah, I
hated her
literally said that
hands.
to my girlfriend, and my girlfriend was like, "What the fuck are good man hands?" And I was like, "You want to see?" And she's like, "Yeah." So like I showed her, and she was like, "Why did that person send you so many pictures of their hands?" I'm like, "I love his hands."
So, is there like a celebrity that we would know who you've seen where you're like, oh my god, his hands are So if you're watching a movie,
I don't know any celebrities. I don't look at their hands.
I don't know if
too
she's
much,
watching for hands in movies. If she's like, oh my
No.
God, Jake Gyllenhaal's hands in the fucking whatever.
No, I haven't gotten that far into it.
Why don't you just dive into that and see where it leads
I
you?
should.
Really just sit back, watch a
Just the
movie,
look.
close on or off, whatever you want to do, and just enjoy the hands
I don't think I've
Enjoy
ever
the
gotten
hands.
off the hands unless they're being used on me.
for 3 hours or whatever it is.
There you go.
She takes so long. It's such a problem for her.
What,
So
getting ready.
Yes.
how long's like? So you've been with your girl a long time. Do you guys have like a system in place because you have kids in your house? Is there like a position you guys go to? Like your first position is always this, your second position is that, your third position is that.
Sadly, if it's like regular sex, then it's just we just going, mission to missionary all the way out. You know what I mean? That's it. Keep it simple.
Yeah. I mean, I like girl on top. Like that's like the
Oh,
average.
I mean, with that too. So we'll go between those two. That's our system. It's either she gonna get on top. That's how you can tell we married. That's some real old people shit. Like, sometimes you might like rock paper scissors shoot for like who about to get on
Fucking
top.
cry.
She like, nah. Last time I got on top, like
Like, I had a long day.
Yeah, like we think about it, like who's done the most work recently, like, and then we like,
I took the
okay,
trash.
you deserve a break.
You know what? I'm going to shine for you today.
I'll do the work. I'll do the work. All right,
Me and my girl have been like we'll take our dog to like Ridley Creek State Park a lot.
Mm-hmm.
So we've been like, I guess that's kind of like white people hiking where there's a trail and stuff. You go on the trail, and we're always like, oh, we're gonna have like, and when we wake up, we're like, oh, we're gonna have great sex tonight. By the time we get home, we're just like, oh, I'm sore. Well, who's more sore?
Why don't you have sex before you go?
Yeah, we could. It's just like because she wakes up really late, and I'm usually downstairs with the
Why
dog.
don't you make food and bring it to her and then...
She doesn't eat breakfast. Like it's a whole.
That's the whole thing.
All right, well, then
I love
make
her
her,
and I love this.
breakfast.
It's a lot of reasons.
I'm saying, like, eat her for breakfast.
Oh, you're going with that?
Come on now.
Maybe. So what's your most
Ash, I'm trying for you.
What's your most
It's for you.
What's your most controversial take on sex?
My most controversial. Take
It could
on
be,
sex.
I want multiple partners. A guy has to get off first. What's yours? Where you're like, this is what I believe sex should be.
I don't even know how to approach that. It's
Right, it's a
sex
lot.
is such a complicated thing. It's so many things that could go into it. Like, I do believe that we could be more open and understanding of it. Cause it's like, I feel like it's a thing at times. Like sex is a thing. Like let's say, all right, you got your partner. And let's say you want to explore or do other things or bring in another person. It really
preaching.
shouldn't be as deep and difficult as people make it. Like if we find somebody, we should be able to find somebody. We should be able to do it, have fun, and move on with it instead of it being like this whole thought of like it's about to be life changing or you might run off with this person. Life shouldn't. It's not that deep. Like what I
So
mean?
do you have an open relationship?
No, it's not open at all.
That shit is closed.
Because of you or your girl?
Both of us, I guess you would say. No, I would say if life for some reason, if we weren't together, the way I would live my life would be total opposite of what it is now. Like if for any reason her and I aren't together, then yeah, I would just go on and just probably keep it as open, as can be. Even
That's
if I
like-
found that person, I would want that person. We would just explore, enjoy life, and just go on about our fucking day. Like we would just have fun as fun came our way, and that's it.
Yeah, if I ever broke up with which I never want to do. So if anything were to ever happen, I don't think I would ever get back into another serious relationship. I don't want to. And you're fucking spilling shit
Oh my
again, bro.
God. I think I drunk too much, so now it's not enough weight.
You're the first
Can we
guest,
have
by the
two
way,
more?
to have a
Yeah,
live.
I need like
in a long time.
Full
I'm gonna give
I
you
normally
a
say
one.
no to all lives, so you're the first guest.
Oh, yeah,
since-
really?
In like 50 episodes, probably.
Oh shit, man! I feel special. I appreciate that.
But you
That's
haven't
like-
done what a
so-
lot of people do. A lot of people will talk to their live during the show. I'm like, bro. So I ex-nayed all. Ex-nayed
Yeah.
such an old white guy thing. to
Okay,
say.
yeah, here we are talking about it. So anyways, the open relationship thing. I have been like talking this talk about like same thing. Like I'm like, I feel that if you have someone that you have a vibe with and you're secure in that, and then you meet somebody else that like you're attracted to in some way, I think that you should be able to explore that if you're open and honest and like communicative about it
Right.
with the original person.
Right.
without it being a big thing. And maybe down the line, you know, you end up really liking this other person, then you have the opportunity to like have that discussion with
What, to
like,
make it a whole thing with all of us together? Like make a
not
nice
even
little
like a
triangle
whole
situation?
thing, not even a triangle. It's just like if you feel like you need to leave person A because you're really that enthralled by person B, like after spending time and like getting to know them, then that's like a different conversation. But
Yeah.
I'm like, it's natural to be attracted to multiple people.
Yeah, and I think that's what kind of makes life hard, because it's like people do get attracted to other people sometimes. And
Thank
then it's
you.
like, you know, now you got to fight your anatomy and natural science and shit like
Right.
that to make sure you keep your relationship intact.
Right.
So I feel like it would just create a stress-free environment.
Right.
Like, you know what I mean? Especially when it comes down to the whole...
Well, it's like setting
relationship
boundaries
part,
too.
yeah.
Like literally we like sat down last night and he's like, "What does this look like to you?" I'm like, "Shit. I haven't met anyone
that's like
yet."
the most healthiest shit ever, though.
Right,
'Cause it's
yeah.
like, if you could get somebody that open, now you could, like you said, you set the boundaries. You talk, you communicate, and you could figure out what you like, what you don't like, what he like, what he don't. And if everybody respects that, now we good. And a
Right.
lot of times now we don't talk about the boundaries.
No,
so
I
now
know.
you crossing lines and you
Well, and
doing
it's
shit
like
that
you're
the other
a-
person don't like, and
You're
didn't
adopting
know.
like societal standards of relationships.
Right.
And it's like, well, maybe that doesn't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah,
And that's a huge thing too. A lot of this shit, all this shit is like society shit. Like a lot of this shit shouldn't be the way it is, and we take it because that's the way they told us it should be.
exactly.
And then
No
we're
one's
just stuck
ever
in
even
it.
questioned it.
Yeah. Now we just
It's like,
gotta
does
ride
that
with
really
it.
work for you? Like, what do you want, you know?
And the worst part is that it's proven that half the time it don't work.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, right. And it's like if you would have adjusted it for your situation, it could have. So yeah, we set our boundaries, and it's like you can make the thing is though, trying to explain it to other people who aren't in the relationship
Right.
is like, I think the most scary part for me.
I don't even think, and that's a problem. You can't explain it to other people, especially if they not open minded, because then they'll
Right.
put shit in your head. They're gonna judge you.
Exactly.
You get all the bullshit. So if it's like you kind of living your life and you living it for you, then it's just about you, and only talk about it to people that need to hear about it.
Well, that's why I'm like, I don't care as long as you don't put me at risk in a sense of like an STD. Like I want the option. Like if you are to have sex with someone else, I want the option to not have sex with you after that until like you go get tested or whatever the case may be. And then like otherwise I don't really care, but like don't ever have me in a situation where I could like be dumbfounded.
Right.
Or,
So would you break up with that
You
person
don't,
then?
you don't want them doing shit that you don't know about.
Right. Like I'm like, you know,
Just keep
I
me in
don't
the
want
loop.
someone to ever be like, I made out with your boyfriend. Like I'd rather be like, I let you make out with my boyfriend.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And see, and that's my thing too. So even my approach would be like more so together. It's about the togetherness. Like
Right.
I wouldn't even. You would have the permission, like we could talk about it, or like
Right.
let's say I'm out of town and you know,
Right.
you need to, you know, or I might even say, you know, go send me a little something.
Right.
If you're gonna do this, I want to be a part. In some
That's
kind of
how
way, like,
I was.
Put me on FaceTime so I
Yes.
can enjoy it from afar, and then you go on and
We're
you
sick
know,
for that, but I know I'm the same fucking way. I was
But,
like dating
yeah.
this guy like in Washington, and I'm like, you're a whole ass man. Like you think I don't know that you're having sex?
right. He all the
Send
way
me
out
it.
there. I'm there.
I'm like, what the
There's
fuck?
no need to hide it. You know what I mean? It's like life could be so much easier, but people make shit difficult, and we stuck in society. So
But like I think it's like valuing fun and like honesty is like at the forefront of it, and I'm like,
yeah.
all right.
You get rid of a lot of reasons to lie. I feel
Right.
like when you leave shit open like that, you get rid of a lot of reasons to lie. After that, what the fuck are you lying about?
Right, like for what?
Yeah,
Like
it's
you're
really nothing to lie
you're
about.
my fucking friend. I'll just tell you what it is. You might not like it. And like that's what I said too. I was like, I don't ever want to see it in my face. Like if I'm not at that club, bar, party, whatever the case may be, live your life. Have fun. If it's something that you think is going to affect me or get back to me, I want to know just so that I have the information. And other than that, like I don't really care.
Yeah.
Maura, what about if you were saying you want him to get tested after, or her?
Yeah.
You want them to get tested after they do something with somebody else. What if after you would?
Intercourse or like
What about after they do that? You wait, it comes back, they came back with HIV. Are you guys just breaking up right away?
I don't know. That would be a situation that I would have to like address at that point. But you know how my brain works, and it doesn't work in that way. I'm not going to expect that the one time that he has sex. First of all, I would hope that he would use a condom.
I've never used a condom, by the way.
I don't know how that.
You said you never did?
I've never used a condom.
That's not
once.
like a flex, Justin.
I'm not saying it is. Just saying I've never used a condom.
Like,
I wasn't
Rocky?
flexing.
There you go.
I lost my
That's like
virginity at
something
18,
you,
but I've never
keep
used a condom.
yourself. Maybe.
Huh?
You need to use discernment in
I
condom
mean, as
usage.
long as you have found out and got tested and shit,
Oh, I'm
luck
good.
is A1. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm lucky as shit.
Yeah,
So you got
luck is
tested
A1.
after people.
Yeah, I've always got tested after. Well,
there you go.
Depends how many. I mean, depends.
You know
what
where
it
you
was.
stand now. Pretty
Yeah,
much.
I'm
And
good
if
now.
You're good now. That's all
Like,
that
I'm good. I've been
Yeah.
good forever, right?
I mean,
Exactly.
when I first started having sex, it was like with my boyfriend and we were together for almost 5 years. And I was on birth control. And why would we use a condom? Which really fucked me up down the line because I'm like, you want me to use what? I don't really want to use that either because I've had sex all this time, not with that. Mm-hmm. But there's situations where you don't know. Yeah. And you can enjoy the moment, but like you don't need that moment to potentially even last longer than that moment.
Like to get you pregnant and shit like that.
Or just like an STD, you just never know.
Yeah.
So I would say for my situation, like I would hope that he would have sex with a condom and I would hope he didn't get HIV.
Why are you looking at me? This is just a
Well,
scenario.
this is your hypothetical.
This is fucking Greg, your boy toy, who decided to go have sex in the middle of a parking lot and he got HIV and now you have HIV. I'm just trying to help you out.
The argument honestly is that they think that that's what I'm going to be doing.
Yeah, you definitely do that. So going back to Cooking Up 215, who's been your favorite guest that you've had on?
That's a hard one too. A favorite guest. Oh, I had friends of mine from TRPE, the realest podcast ever. That was a great show. Like that was probably one of my favorite shows. Like we just laughed the whole time.
Are they Philly based?
Yeah, they in Philly. That shit was hilarious.
That's good.
Yeah.
I love laughing.
I like fun. Like, you know what I mean? Like you
too.
get some people. I do love our deep episodes. I love when we have people come on and we get into some deep shit and we really like, you know, you got somebody that's really willing to open up and, you know, let shit out. I like those as well, but it's nothing like a good laugh. Mm-hmm. I feel like on that episode, we were dying the whole time. And talk heavy, too. Like I told y'all, my favorite episodes are when other podcasts come on.
Right.
Because the energy is there. It's just like, we just here to have a fucking
Easy.
ball.
Yeah. Like, let's play.
So talk heavy was a good one, too. Like
I love talk heavy.
We laughed the whole time.
They're fucking nuts.
Man.
So
that shit was hilarious.
Do you have like a favorite quote from your show where a guest said or you said?
A favorite quote?
Yeah, like craziest shit I ever said.
I have a favorite moment. Me and Amber was just talking about it when GB from
Talk Heavy.
Yeah, where he said he shitted on the bed. That'll forever be my favorite moment of the show at this point.
What?
We just had Mandy up there. She gave, oh my God, I can't wait to put this out. She gave this whole story about some dude sending her like this video and he like did this whole scene and then got in the chair and bust his whole ass wide open. Like gave her like full front and center view of his asshole.
Oh my God.
And that's because he misthought that she was somebody else. He thought that she was some transsexual named Mandy.
Dead.
So he sent it to her. And she like the way she did it, she climbed up on a chair, she gave a whole fucking show. It was hilarious.
What a queen.
Yeah, that was funny.
Maura, what's your favorite moment from the show? Can you think of one that stands out where it was either the craziest, the funniest? When I beat you in the fitness competition, that's up there. I mean,
you didn't.
I did. I won.
But sure. No, I don't know. I can't really think of one right off the top of my head.
Sitting on the Sibian, that was probably good.
I knew you were going to say that. That one was my favorite for different reasons.
Because I sat on it?
No, because I learned a lot of lessons in a lot of different areas from that.
What did you learn?
Well, the guy that I was seeing at that time bitched me out. and I realized
Cool.
that
Do you know what a Sibian is, by the way? It's like a vibrating saddle.
saddle. It's like $1,600. It is a saddle.
It just vibrates.
Yes.
Use promo
But you
code
can
Lovin'
use
Them
like different, like they have like different attachments. So for our case scenario,
So
when
you
she
can get,
brought
like,
it
an
here,
insertion
yes,
attachment
yeah, this shit's wild,
is real. Yeah.
real wild.
Yeah.
Like,
It did feel good. It was a lot of fun.
but so
It did feel good.
It did feel
Justin
good.
did get on it too. It wasn't
I don't
just me.
I don't generalize with women. If Maura's gonna do something or a guest is gonna do something, I'm gonna do it.
You gonna try
Right?
it out?
Yeah.
You got it.
I don't give a fuck. I sat on there, no problem.
Yeah.
I've been whipped on the show. I've been fucking smacked on the I've been everything on the show. If somebody's gonna come on and they want to show what they're about, I'm gonna do it.
I feel like my favorite episodes are with Nick just because she makes me giggly and then she just always has cool things.
And Maura has a problem coming, so when somebody comes and shows you how to come, Maura's all about that.
So what was like the craziest episode you guys ever had?
Honestly, it was for me probably that one. And that was like I had just got like really brought on the show. Like I had done like maybe 2 or 3 episodes prior to that. That wasn't my episode. And so they're like, "Oh, Maura, we need you to wear pants to the show today." I'm like, "Okay." So then I did, and I was like, "Why?" And they're like, "We just need you to. There's a sex toy person coming." I'm like, fuck my life. I'm like, okay. So then I did. And then next thing I know, I'm put on this vibrating saddle. They're like, how's it feel? I'm like, it doesn't feel bad. What do you mean?
She was so scared to
Trying
talk
keep
about
a
it.
straight face.
I'm like, all right, I really enjoy your business.
Everyone like it was funny because Robbie, the guy behind the scenes, him and somebody who's been on the show a few times, Meech, were outside and they walked in as soon as I sat on the Sibian. And that's their first scene. Is
what it's called.
you don't know what a Sibian
Did you
is?
order it? Be honest.
Promo code Lovin' Them what 10% off your next order of $25 or more at Erotic Boudoir. No, you don't know
a whole
that.
account with them.
I've had sex before. I know what a Sibian is. I'm not a fucking prude. I may have lost my virginity.
I'm like, no, I'm not a fucking prude
new territory
now.
for me.
Mar, you're definitely you're 100% a prude.
I was a prude growing up.
You are still prude.
No.
Mar, you don't have sex.
Yes.
You just let guys eat you out. You're just like
I wish you would
You're like
tell
a bowl
this to
of
more people because no
You're
one
like a bowl of
believes
soup.
me. People just assume about me that I'm just out here. I'm like, I wish.
you're like
I
a
mean,
cold
I'm
bowl,
not.
you're like a cold bowl of soup. You know what I mean? Like
A cold bowl of soup.
Damn.
Just sitting there waiting to be eaten.
Chicken noodle soup is not terrible cold, but I could think of something that would really
If it's
suck.
homemade, if
Cold.
it's homemade, it's good.
have you ever had somebody not like the food like on the show?
If they did or they didn't like it, they never like came and brung me a complaint. I've never had anybody come like, yeah, that joint was a little. I think I had people that were suspect, like they were worried about if it was gonna be good or not, and then they end up liking it. So
Like, why do people even waste their time worrying about things like that? Like,
well, that's
just
what you
come.
Get. I think you get that period. Like you get
crybabies.
at least like even while they're there, they just worried about like I don't know. Some people in particular.
You were already actually just doing that
What?
about his show. You're already worried about the food
food
on
gonna be
Monday.
I'm worried about you with the onions because I love onions. I feel like we're missing out on a big part of life. Like 50% of meals involve onions. And you're like, no onions. Now I'm like,
I did find a chef for that show, and he did ask me if I wanted to have it be infused food. But I
Oh,
didn't know,
weed.
like, yeah.
I would be in outer space, but I'm down.
And that's it, but that was my thing. It was like 'cause
Mars
we
driving
normally-
me,
we
picking me up and
normally
driving me off.
We eat in like the second half, and I was like, damn, I'd be down to do some infused shit, but we had to start off with that shit because I want to see it kick in. And,
Right.
And what the change would be. So it's like I would have to structure shit a little different. We might have to do like a round 2 and go infused. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like 2 hours ago we ate this.
Yeah,
Now we're
and,
in space, actually.
I don't
And
smoke.
then hit the record button. Like
I don't smoke at all. So if you want to see me quiet, I've done edibles once. Robbie was there.
that,
I was done.
It's over for him.
I've never smoked. I've probably smoked like 3 times my
That
whole
was the only
life.
time I ever seen you high from weed.
It's because I've never really, I guess I don't inhale whenever I smoked. So I never really got high. But that I was fucked up. I literally couldn't move. I was just stuck in a chair with a cover on me, just bundled the fuck up.
I remember my first time getting high. Like I thought I was high, but I
Dude,
got
your
high
first
again and
20
realized I never
highs?
was not really high.
Your first 20 highs are like the craziest highs.
You sound like a dealer.
Like my first high we like fucking made hella peanut butter jelly sandwiches. Took all the cushions off the couch.
Made a fort?
Yeah, like a
we
fort
like
fire.
this shit is getting real. And this is in college. Like we all this shit, like pulling all the pillows off the couch. Like we getting as comfortable as can be. Eating all the peanut butter and jelly. This shit was hilarious.
That's
like,
hilarious.
That was my first time getting high, but I thought I was high as shit that time, and then it was like smoked again and realized, oh no, yeah, it
Turn
gets
it up.
higher. Yeah, it gets higher.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah, man, college is wild.
Maura, I'm going to come to you for a moment in a minute. Do you, Smooth, by the way, question. Obviously, I have a question because I'm the host. I said that earlier. So what do you do for like a 9 to 5? I'm not saying you need to say the company you work for, but do you have a 9 to 5?
Yeah, home health aid.
Okay.
Like everybody else in Philly. Yeah.
Right.
My girl used to do that. She hated it. Do you like your job?
Yeah, it's cool. It's, my client, he's a cool dude. He just cranky. He went to war, so he's wild. He crazy, but he cool.
Sounds aggressive. Wipe my ass.
He's very aggressive. But the thing, he likes to do shit himself, so he's like the easiest client. He just wants me to take him places and shit. Other than that, he's good. He like to just do his own thing. I let him be.
Right.
Do you have like a dream guest you would like to have on your show?
A dream guest. I did have a dream guest. I think my dream guest right now in the current moment is Dame Dash.
Cool.
I want Dame Dash. I feel like I've watched Dame go on a lot of shows. He'll end up actually running the interview. If you watch him, it always seems like Dame end up in the driver's seat somehow, some way. People can't handle him. And then a lot of questions or a lot of things they talk about, I feel like people aren't equipped to answer half his questions, and I feel like I would be right there with him. I feel like that'd be a nice boxing match. Like we could really spar.
Like, we can
I
do
mean, we
this?
wouldn't really spar because I feel a lot of the things that he feel, I feel the same way.
Right.
But I feel like it would be a dope ass conversation.
Yeah, like you would be able to like engage properly.
Right.
Whereas other
Exactly.
people might shut down.
Yeah, people shut down or they back down. He it seems like he intimidated a lot of people. I've been doing this for a while, so at this point, like I'm not like intimidated by people. I just go with my flow. I just
Right.
learned to just be me and do me.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's all I can do.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
the easiest way.
change for different people or become this type of a host because of this person. I'm just smooth all the time.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Were you nervous when you first started being the host?
Yeah, it's like I was not nervous, but I could tell, like I looked back at some older ones where we had Fame on the show, and she was the more outspoken person at that time. So I noticed that I took a back seat a lot. Like I didn't really give myself. I was just kind of there. I was kind of like keeping things on a track a little bit, like conducting, but barely.
Right.
Like I'm driving, but she was entertaining.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Like she was on aux.
Yeah, she was on for sure.
You were watching the map.
Yeah, that's it.
But a good host can find the way to let people talk and not feel offended. Like,
Yeah,
sometimes
I never felt offended though. I never felt like she was outshining me or anything. I don't mind it at all. Like I always encourage Amber. I encourage anybody that's with me. Like, do your thing. I'll back down at any moment. Like I could be mid sentence and you bust out. Oh, go ahead. My bad.
Right.
I want you to get yours out because I'm always talking. So I want you to go ahead and do your thing. So I never was offended or took like or felt like I'm not being seen. I'm always the laid back behind the scenes dude. I probably really wouldn't even be the host of the show if it wasn't necessary. Like if I had somebody that I felt as though would do the job just as good or better,
Right.
I would let them do it and I would just run things.
Right.
But sometimes you want shit done right, gotta do it yourself.
Right.
well, that's why I let Maura do her moment of the week. I let her talk about whatever she wants to talk about because sometimes I ask all the questions, do all the talking. Maura, you got a moment of the week?
Actually, I do this week.
Oh shit,
Easy.
Maura got something. Maura got something.
Well, it's just a concept I keep using right now, and I like really love it. It's like budgeting your energy. So like, or like your attention rather. So like, if you were to run a budget on what you pay attention to in a day, like if you did an audit, you'd have most likely not a good situation. Like most people right now,
Right.
it's like, okay, so I've been paying attention when I'm with my friends. So I'm a mindset coach and I'm like about to start taking more clients.
That's dope.
And so I'm trying to like pay attention to like the people around me, even like quick responses that they have, or like ways that I feel like they divert. Like it's like quick, they'll talk shit instead of saying something like, not like if someone's flirting. Their flirting is like, oh, you think da-da-da? And it's like, why couldn't you just be like, yo, you just killed that? Like, you get what I'm saying?
I know what you mean. I know. I can't.
What are we doing? Like, what are we talking about when we're doing that? Or like, for instance, like my girlfriend just put up a video of her like doing this whole leg day workout. And like the guy that she's hooking up with was like, you call that a squat? Like, why couldn't you just call her like a squat queen or
We've
something?
been over this because
like
girls like
mechanisms or something like that. Like
it's like you have to belittle. But like, no, I like you. But like, no, they're not the same.
But Maura, we've been over this. It's girls
like,
like that.
Like your way of communicating, but there's always some negative shit. Like that was your way of trying to
like
wink at me, but you said some wild shit. Like
like for no reason. Like you could have just said
nice.
like something nice.
Yeah.
But okay, so anyway, so back to the budget. But it's like we'll pay attention to things for longer than they deserve the attention. And it's like, okay, what you give your attention to gets amplified. So it's like you get cut off on the highway and you get like really irritated, and then you like carry that irritation into your meeting, and then after your meeting you're at dinner and you're still irritated about the guy that cut you off on 95,
right,
when you could have just left it on 95.
Right.
So it's like looking at your day and like realizing where you're spending your attention and your energy. And then like once you do that audit, then you can start to like redistribute your currency, which is your attention and your energy. And when you start redirecting it to other things that are actually worth your energy, those things will amplify. But really, like, you got cut off, you gave that your attention, you carried that to your meeting, so you were already like on the defense with this client, and like now you have an issue there that could boil into tomorrow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's just my Maura moment of the week, is this theory about budgeting your attention.
All right, what should you cut out of your life? You've audited yourself. What do you need to cut out of your life? Not eating. Go on.
Well, no, that is like one of my things right now. Like tomorrow is June 1st. So I'm like
trying to eat more.
Trying to eat more.
She has a frappuccino a day.
That's like literally all I eat.
I mean, crazy part, I've been eating only one meal a day recently. But, you know.
Do you need some money?
I got extra weight to go down.
You're like, I
have
spend
meals
it.
I can spare. Yeah, you know what I mean?
I'm fat.
Yeah, I've been trying to work out. I'm going on vacation next week. I gotta get my, my body right.
Are you one of those guys? Where are you going?
Vegas.
Oh, I love Vegas. I lived in Vegas for a few years. You can tell you all the spots. Anyway, are you one of the guys that claps when the plane lands?
No one is one of those guys.
A lot of people are. Do you scream "We outside" when the plane lands?
We outside. We say we outside all the time on the show. That's all we say.
Like literally
Langston,
go outside.
But if you're saying "We outside" when the plane lands, you're also clapping then.
I don't never clap though.
You don't say "We outside."
I don't say we outside on the plane either. I'm just saying like we just say we outside
For
though
fun.
on the
Yeah.
that's our shit. Like we outside. Like we outside. We not in.
Nah, we always outside every time.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We always outside. That's how we get down.
We outside when we inside.
Yeah, we inside but we outside, right? And then I go like, yeah, we inside but we outside. Yeah.
Let's get into the promotion aspect more. There's a camera in front of your face. You know where it is. Look at it. Tell it what you want to tell it.
Okay, I am promoting.
Let's see what you can do. I'm proud of you. Go ahead. You got this. Come on. We outside.
Fairy Garden Mindset, INR Studios, Loving Them What, Smooth. I'm so excited to go on the podcast on Monday.
Can't wait to have you guys.
CILICT, Mountain Valley Spring Water. Those are my promos for today.
Are you truly promoting Mountain Valley? Oh man.
I want them. Yeah, I am.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, there you
Should
go.
be a sponsor.
I
There
you go. You got
love Mountain Valley. It's
got
my
it.
favorite water.
It's hose
Ever.
water.
it. There you go. I do the
Smooth.
same thing. People be mad at me for that though.
What?
like,
Do you
yep.
like mountain water?
No, like just like
Giving
I
free
believe in
promo.
just
But
like,
I
they
don't
always-
care.
They be ready to. Rip
They're
the
gonna
labels
call
off.
me
I'm like,
soon. Hey.
That's where I'm at with it. I'm like, fuck that. If they see it and then they
Yeah.
don't want it, then they'll recognize the.
I'm a water girly. I love water.
That Mountain Valley is different though. But,
I know. I have the sparkling and the still. You know, if I'm feeling like
Yeah.
Bubbly.
Feeling spicy.
She is crazy. She has a
Bubbles
drink.
in my water. Feeling spicy.
So Smooth, there's a camera in front of your face. Tell you what you want to tell it.
Y'all already know who it is. Your boy Smooth, repping Cooking Up 215. That's COOKNUP 215. That's Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube, and Facebook at this point. Lunchbreak with 3 Ks at the end on Instagram. We bringing Lunchbreak back. I got new co-hosts for that, so look out for that. Mental Millionaire, that's on the way as well. We got a lot, man. We got a lot we building on, but Cooking Up 215 all day, every day, everywhere we go. That's all it is, Cooking Up 215. So make sure you follow and make sure you subscribe, because we got a lot of big things on the way. Trust me. Your favorite artists, everybody, all that is coming.
If you need a white guy on lunch break, I can co-host.
Listen, bro, we always bring in like a 4th person. So lunch break is 3 people. So sometimes we invite somebody.
White guys have their place sometimes. So I want to thank Maura again for coming out. Check out Fairy Garden Mindset. She has clothes. She has mindset coaching. Check out INR Studios. Robbie does podcasting, music. We're about to move into a new studio. So this is the last time you'll actually see us with the bricks behind us. No,
This is the last time.
that we're in the
This
studio.
is the last time. Oh my God, I'm so happy for you. Double promote INR Studios.
We're gonna move with bricks, but they're gonna be black bricks next, right?
It looks so good over there right now.
We'll be in a different studio next time. Thank you, Smooth, for coming out. Check out Cooking Up 215. Check out Lunch Break Podcast. Maybe we'll be on it. We're gonna be on a episode of definitely Cooking Up.
Yeah.
Coming up this Monday.
Next week.
I don't know which episode will drop first because we're like 3 weeks back. You might be this.
I'm back too. So
Back, because if 50's coming out and we're 55, they'll see
y'all
us in
down like
August.
54.
Yeah.
It's gonna be. See, I might speed some shit up. I might drop some to kind of speed up, because I don't like being too far back.
I feel that.
You know what I mean? Because it starts to
can
feel
get
like it's
weird.
not as relevant.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to start speeding shit up. I might drop like 2 this week. When I drop the 50th on Monday, like Wednesday, I'll probably drop 51 just to
Like, you're welcome.
catch up. Yeah,
Extra.
Bless them a little bit.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
I appreciate that. Oh, make sure y'all follow me, That Man Smooth, on Instagram. ThatMansmooth. That Man Smooth, spelled the correct way.
All links will be in the description of this YouTube video. So if you are listening and you want to see what we look like, again, you did get to see Maura's butt in the beginning of the episode, probably 15 minutes in. So watch at least 15 minutes. And Robbie, hit the button.
Watch at least 15 minutes. That's our new strategy.
I'll show my butt now if it makes you feel better. I can turn around.
I want to show you this jacket that I got at Fairy Garden.
Yeah, man, that was my
You're gonna.
Is my butt on the jacket?